Yes, welcome to the Vanguard Show on podcast. Today I have a very special guest, Comrade Dreamer Black, aka Andre Hairston Sr., a revolutionary activist, recording artist, businessman, family man, and a former member of the new Panther Vanguard's Ministry of Defense, who's here to discuss his upbringing, where he grew up, his musical journey, activism, and future projects. So without further ado, I'm going to add Brother Dreamer to the stage. Comrade.
Yo.
Comrade, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good, man. How you doing, brother?
All right, and yourself?
Good, man. I gave you a glowing introduction just now, so you get to see it on the playback.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I heard it.
Right on, right on. Actually, man, I want to talk about a little bit about your upbringing and how you developed that voice, brother. Because outside of Johnny Gill, I've never heard a young cat with that kind of bass in their voice. So a little bit about your upbringing and again that voice and when that developed with you, brother.
Well, music has always been part of my family, man. My grandmother's brothers were all musicians. They were all jazz musicians growing up. They used to open for the likes of Miles Davis and John Coltrane, people's like that all around the East Coast, man, in Philly. My whole family's from Philly. But my father actually was an MC. He was known in Los Angeles as a Hannibal. So I suppose that I get it from him, man. I mean, it's just something that resonates in my family, and I just learn to hone it and perfect it as much as possible. You feel me? So I always get a lot of compliments on my voice, though. I appreciate it.
Oh, right on, brother. Now, at some point were you raised in LA or you came from Philly?
Now, I was actually the first born in Los Angeles. My grandmother moved to LA in 1970. And I was born in 78, so I was the first grandson born and raised in Los Angeles.
Okay, right on, man. Well, first of all, I got to get to know how did you get the name Dreamer Black? Because you've been rocking with that ever since I knew you as a teenager, man, with the Vanguard. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, it was one of those things, where I kind of wanted a different identity, than most cats in the neighborhood. They all have the similar monikers, that they go by, and I just wanted something different. So I actually went through a lot of changes with my name, man. At one point I was I called myself Chili D, what I'm saying? That was like my first rap name, and that was when I was in junior high school, what I'm saying? But eventually I just kind of settled with the name Dreamer, just kind of set in, and the neighborhood that I was in at the time, it was pretty accurate for me. I mean, that's just the way that I think, and dreams and ambitions that I had, and paths that I followed in order to achieve those things. Just warranted me the name Dreamer. I didn't add the black on until I actually joined the new Panther Vanguard Movement, which was formerly the new African American Vanguard Movement. That's when I added the name Black on there. Because you have Mad Black, Boo Black, all these guys with their last name Black. I'm like, well, this is a nice little family here. I said, I think I'm gonna pick up that name. So I took the last name Black also. So yeah, that's where that comes from.
Oh, right on, man. Was that the Down A Blacks?
Yeah, exactly. Down A Blacks are defending all blacks. Yeah.
Defending all black. Right on, man. Well, first of all, man, when did you first hear about the New Panther Vanguard, formerly the New African American Vanguard Movement? When you first hear about it?
Well, I caught the bus a lot going down King Boulevard, and a few times I had glanced over at the building on 1470 West Martin Luther King Boulevard. I glanced over at the building a few times, but I never really, it didn't really catch my attention. But I had actually seen the movie Panther. Okay. Not the Black Panther, not the Marvel one. I'm talking about the real movie Panther, okay? So I saw that movie and I was like, it's just one of those things where I had knowledge. Well, I didn't have like any in-depth knowledge of the Black Panthers, but I had heard of the Black Panthers, going through school in Black History Month and them talking about it. but I didn't really know what they stood for, what the purpose was. So after I saw the movie, I was, like a whole lot of people was obviously fired up about it, and I was really hoping that I run into something like that. So when I saw the building, I saw brother Kadri, the chief of staff. He was sitting outside, and I hopped off the bus and I talked to him, and went inside and I filled an application, and it seems like I never left, man. Never left.
Wow. Yeah, that's incredible, man. First of all, man, I used to love to see you and Zaki. A lot of the young cats with all that energy, man. Because even though I was just in my 20s when I joined, you brothers gave us a lot of that youthful energy, man, and definitely was appreciated, man.
Yeah, no
And
doubt.
talk about some of that relationships, man, like the leadership of Kwaku, Sharif, certainly Boko and his kind of quiet but powerful image. Just
Yeah.
talk about some of those leaders as well as some of your constituency, Zaki, Sister Pat, Bridget. Talk about some of your comrades and how y'all got some things done, man.
Yeah, well, coming in, when you don't have too much knowledge about it, you have this preconceived notion about, what you heard about the Panthers or what you saw in the movie, and it's all about, toting guns and following the police. But, they really, really push reading on me, man. They push reading books, learning about myself, knowledge of self, Seize the Time, Soul on Ice by Eldridge Cleaver, Blood in My Eye. Like, they really pushed those books on me. So it was more of a thing where we were often quizzed, and we had a lot of education in it, and it felt like a brotherhood, man. I mean, I was immediately welcome. I never felt any kind of intimidation. Some of the first comrades I met was Comrade Larry, aka Lalo, and Comrade One Punch, Ronald, and I was introduced to them, and everybody, pretty much accepted me, man. I mean, I was 17 years old, coming off the streets, and I had been through a lot, man, and I really wanted to belong to something that wasn't a street gang,
right?
Something that was organized, but just as aggressive, but aggressive towards the right cause. You feel me? And I felt like I had found it. And then Sharif was always like a father figure to me, man. I really looked up to that brother, man. I looked up to brother Outlaw, Anthony Lee, looked up to him. Everybody, man, everybody that I was introduced to, Charlie, rest in peace. Like, all of those brothers really, treated me like a young brother, and I know that they wanted the best for me. They wanted me to finish school, they really wanted me to learn everything that I could learn, so that in case something happened to them, I'd be able to spearhead the operation and keep it moving today, So I appreciate that.
Right on, man.
Yeah.
Now, and talk about some of those coalitions, man. Oh, go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
As far as like Comrade Zaki, I remember the first night that he pulled up, man. He pulled up like that brother used to walk everywhere around LA, man. And that brother walked up, man, and he started coming around more, and eventually me and brother Kadri, we started recruiting people, going like different places to meet people. That's how we met Comrade BB. We met her at Venice Beach, and wound up recruiting her and her cousin Heidi, So it's like I was always very excited and very enthusiastic about being out in the community and telling people about it, trying to get people to come to Wednesday night meetings at 7:30, political education classes. And it really did turn out well, man. It was a real good thing. It was very necessary, especially in those days in the 90s, with all the stuff going on in the community, man, all of the negativity and the gangs and the police, I felt like the new Panther Vanguard Movement, or the new African American Vanguard Movement, saved a lot of lives, man, including mine. Yeah.
Right on. Yeah, man. And also talk about some of those coalitions, Peace Punk, a lot of the brothers and sisters with different organizations, around South Central LA. Talk about some of those coalitions and also some of the programs that you got to participate in.
Oh yeah, brother Peace Punk, man, and their groups, what are they, like the anti-Nazi guys, like the real positive, white punk groups, man. I
Yeah.
really that really took me by surprise that they were actually down with us. They used to come by and have events there at our headquarters, and I got to perform a lot with those guys, man. And I appreciate, people from other races and backgrounds being able to come out of their comfort zone and express that they support, the Black revolutionary movement. You know what I'm saying? It's not really Black revolutionary movement, but like the unity, you know what I'm saying, that we're trying to show, because at the end of the day, we want to drop the labels, we just want to be one human race and support human revolution, because everybody deserves the bare necessities. You feel what I'm saying? What God put on this planet for us to have. But definitely, man, those guys, I do remember Exodus, brother Bobby Broham. I remember doing stuff with him, man. We used to roll with him. We rolled with brother Bo Taylor and Unity One. I mean, man, look, we used to have these barbecues. We had these barbecues where we go to one hood on the east side, have a barbecue politic with those brothers of that gang from that neighborhood, and then try to get them brothers, to go politic with another gang on the neighboring neighborhood and have a barbecue over there, just stuff like that, man. We always had free grocery bag giveaways, like stuff that was really necessary in being, influential in the neighborhood, man, and just trying to make a change, because all of that talking and all of the rhetoric and stuff, and not really, having a plan and an approach to do it, man. I mean, that's faith without works. You know what I'm saying? So we're not gonna do that. But definitely, man, that was something that I really, really enjoyed doing, man, and being a part of, man.
Man, I used to love to see the brothers, because Sharif would say, "Hey, man, we got Crips in the car, we got Bloods in the car," but they putting all that down to get with the Black, and just talk about how that flipping the script on Black genocide, man, because it really was Black genocide for our young brothers and sisters in the community, where we on one side or the other. But was the Panther Vanguard pretty much the one that kind of brought everyone together to do something on behalf of the people?
I mean, we definitely gave it our best college effort. I mean, we led by example, and by having brothers from different backgrounds, former Bloods, former Crips, Hoovers, it definitely helped to show that it can be done. I mean, at the end of the day, not everybody's going to be down, and we knew that, but we wanted to make sure that we were going to protect the brothers who decided to put down the colors and pick up the Black flag, and push the positive, and we was going to protect them at all costs. So, that's where I felt that we were the most influential and the most needed, because a lot of brothers want to belong to something, man. A lot of these cats, especially me back in the day, like, we all wanted to belong to something, whether it be a gang or organization, just for brotherhood, man, because you never know what a kid is going through at home, or at school, you know what I'm saying, or not having a father in the home, or parents on drugs, you know what I'm saying. You just wanted to become a part of something, man. And the fact that I found something positive like that, but that was equally as aggressive as the gangs, was really right down my alley.
Yeah, right on, man. Yeah. And also, man, I have to say that you and Zaki, when I saw, like I say, when we had the documentary on the Vanguard, shot by Neelam, when she was over in London, and they came over, shot the documentary, and just to see you and Zaki, as young as you guys were, to spit that knowledge, man. I mean, it was like listening to Little Bobby Hutton, man. I was just amazed by that. And tell me about some of those times in the Vanguard where you brothers would just articulate exactly what the people needed to hear, and to be so young and doing it.
Yeah, you know what, man? It's a trip you said that, because those days, man, I was often referred to as Lil Bobby, reincarnated, because Just so happened I was 17 when I joined him. Lil Bobby was 17 when he exited, at the hands of the police. So, I felt like I took on his spirit, you know what I'm saying? And I was that young cat really, on the forefront in the front line with the older cats. I never really hung with people my age, everybody I hung with, I had to learn something from and gain knowledge from, you know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to be a leader. I mean, that was my ultimate objective, but I knew I had to learn to follow in order to lead. But yeah, I really enjoyed, having the knowledge and being able to put out the messages that we did in our music, because we actually had a group, me, Zaki, Comrade Boo Black, Outlaw. We called ourselves the Nat Turner Revolt, and we put out some real revolutionary music, through Brother Naya Bingi. You know what I'm saying? If he's listening, shout out to Brother Naya Bingi. But yeah, man, it was just everything just came to pass at the right time, man. It's just sad that I feel like we didn't stick around long enough to have more of an effect, more of a longing effect, man. Because I mean, everything that we was talking about back then, brother, has come to pass. Like, we were talking about computer literacy before there was a .com, before there was any social media, man. We was out in the streets, telling people, come down, we'll teach you how to use computers, and it's like everything that has come to pass now. It's like we only made a dent, in this big block, that we really needed to penetrate, man, to get to the core of the problems, man, in the Black community, and in other poor communities. I feel like we really should have, done more, but it is what it is. I mean, we all got a part to be, we all had a chance to be a part of it, and I'm grateful for that, man. But yeah.
Right on, man. Well, look, brother, even an older cat like me, I'm a few years older, but even I learned a lot, brother, from a lot of the young brothers and sisters in the movement. And what do you think that people can take away the impact of the Vanguard? Similar to what people take away from the original Black Panther Party. What do you think the lasting impact of the Vanguard is, so that a new generation could kind of look and see, what route to take in terms of liberation?
Well, you got to study, man. You got to study. You have to really do your homework. You have to have a plan, and you have to have what, if you're gonna be a part of it, it has to be 100%. You can't half it, man. You can't be out here half stepping with it. You know what I'm saying? It takes 100% dedication. It's like, if it's something that you love, it's the same as if you're from your neighborhood or from your gang. You have to treat it with the same love and the same intensity and the same dedication. That's the only way that it's gonna work. But your approach has to be very meticulous. You have to do your studies, man. You got to know what the laws are. Know where you're at, know what you're dealing with, which is not always what it seems. Because there's so many tricks out here now, and it's a different time. It's definitely a necessity for it, but I think that instead of it just being based on each race, I think that we need something, man, where it's about oppressed people, man. Where it's about the human race. You know what I'm saying? It's about human rights, because at the end of the day, bro, that's what it all boils down to, man. Right. You could be any color and be deprived clean water, adequate food, adequate housing, man. That's what the Black Panthers were really pushing on. You know what I'm saying? They're pushing on, equal rights for everybody, man, especially the oppressed people. And until we get on one accord, man, and drop these labels, white, black, Mexican, Crip, blood, disciple, vice lord, man, we need to drop all that garbage, man. And we need to really, really put our heads forward on something positive, something that's going to be effective and get the attention of the government, like we have the attention of J. Edgar Hoover. You know what I'm saying? The Black Panthers, we really need to get on something like that, man, because it's a new day and we going through the same struggle, but it's just more advanced, and it's gonna be harder. It's gonna be harder. That's why I said, if you dedicate your life to it, do it 100%, man. Whatever it is you want to do, don't half it, man. You got to be 100% all the way in, both feet in to the neck with it. You know what I'm saying? Because these folks out here ain't playing. They got these private prisons that they're trying to fill, and these and the educational system is not educating no bosses or leaders, man. They're educating robots, half educating them as it is. You know what I'm saying? That all they want is employees. You know, and then you got all this new technology coming in, and more than half the stuff we don't even know about. You know what I'm saying? They haven't even released, or haven't even introduced to the world yet, man. So we don't know where this world is going. But if that's the path that you choose to take, this revolutionary path, you better do it 100%, man. That's my advice.
Right. Right on, man. Right on. Well said, brother. Also, let's get to the music, brother, because one of the most popular albums in 2020 was "Ain't Your Homie." Every track was a banger. So,
Thanks.
talk about your past music, what you got going on now, and then also I understand you can be doing some touring, man, later in the year. So, talk about "Ain't Your Homie," man, because if people didn't know about that album, they need to know.
Yeah, well, okay. So I started releasing music on social platforms in like 2017, 2018, around that time. And Ain't Your Homie was the first album that I put up. It's just like really a lot of the compiled music that I had been doing over the years that I hadn't released yet, that I put together and threw up to see if it was gonna stick, what kind of impact it had. And it did okay, so it's not my
Yeah, I was
favorite album,
feeling it,
but
brother.
if you love it, hey brother, if you love it, it's all good, man. I appreciate it. But my second album, I was like, okay, I'm getting closer and closer, to where I feel comfortable, saying, okay, I finally, made it to where, maybe I can get people to, listen more. But the third album that I got coming out, now I plan on releasing it within the next 28 days. Now this album right here, I'm gonna call it For the Record, Dreamer Black for the Record. And it's featuring me, OC the General, Cali Al, Charlie Lucky, Blackwater's Chaos, Stacks, a lot of my homies. You know what I'm saying? We work together to get this album up, man. I'm really really proud of it because it has a lot of content, a lot of a positive content too. As well as my entertaining antidotes that I like to put in from here and there. But I am an entertainer, so that's what I do for a living. My job is to sell records. But yeah, definitely proud of this third one, man. And yeah, I can't wait to hear what you think of it, brother. I can't wait to get it up and get it out, man.
Man, I have to have you right back so we can wrap on it. And also, brother, talk about how people could look at some of your older stuff and current stuff in terms of purchasing and where to find it at.
Oh well, yeah, you can either Google Dreamer Black or any social media platform. Instagram is Dreamer Black, Ain't Your Homie, just the way that it sounds. And then if you go to Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, just look up Dreamer Black. All my stuff is there. You can either purchase it, download it. I prefer that you purchase it, but if you download it, it's all good. It's all love. All I ask is that wherever you go, just press the follow button, press the like button, man. Like if you go to my YouTube, press the subscribe button, brother. It ain't gonna hurt you nothing. It ain't gonna cost you nothing to subscribe to the channel, even if you don't listen all the time. But that really helps the algorithm, and then it helps, for me to get seen, so more people can get the message. But I have music for everybody. Some stuff, might not be your flavor, but know that if you go through my category, if you go through my catalog, you will see that I have music for every type of person, every age range. I have positive music. I have music, talking about messages, people staying in school. My favorite song right now that I'm pushing is called Fatherhood. Okay, I wrote that song. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's called Fatherhood. You can look that up by Dreamer Black. I am going on tour to Miami. I'm performing in Miami in December in a competition, so I will be there doing that. So yeah, man, I'm gonna be pushing fatherhood this entire year. Talking about the trials and tribulations of being a father, man, raising 7 kids. Doing it out here like that.
Oh, beautiful, brother. And also, I want to wish you a happy anniversary to you and your wife, man. You and your lady, man. I definitely, my wife and I have been together almost 31 years, brother. So again, that in itself deserves a round of applause for that, for sure.
Thank you very much, man. We really appreciate it, man. We really do. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And also,
and
me and you got to
congratulations to
kind of
you.
oh, thank you, brother. Appreciate that.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
that. I was gonna say STP, brother. Let's kind of backtrack on the music a little bit, man. When I first you sent it to me, the finished project after we kind of collabed and what have you, it just sent chills through me, brother. If tell people about STP and man, I tell you, but I was and I think it was on the soundtrack of Andre Day's something. I know you were on one of those. So talk about STP and then also your involvement with the Andre Day project.
Yeah, STP was actually a project where you brother Malik had approached me about doing something with some revolutionary content, and that you actually had some poetry or some literature or some lyrics that you had wanted to convert, and I was definitely down for that. I'm always down for anything positive, man. So yeah, I took it on, what I'm saying, and I moved a couple things around, a couple words, and was able to come up with the verses for it, and get it recorded, man, and I love it. It's one of my favorite songs. I mean, the video that you put together for it is popping. I feel like it's one of the most overlooked songs. Maybe I could go ahead and put a few dollars behind that to get that promoted, man, and get that pushed out. But that should definitely be a soundtrack for every revolutionary organization out here, man, trying to curb the violence, what I'm saying, against us, what I'm saying, and what I'm saying, stop the police brutality going on in the neighborhood, man. I don't really remember what soundtrack it was on, but
okay,
we need to put it on more soundtracks. Like I said, it should be in the forefront, man. I'm gonna definitely be sharing that a lot more, brother.
Wasn't it something of culture,
Growth
volume
of
something?
culture. Growth of culture. Yeah,
Yes,
now I remember.
yes,
Growth of Culture
yes.
mixtape. Yes, yes. By Afaya Say Jude. Growth of Culture mixtape, volume, I believe it was volume 1. Yeah,
Volume one.
you're
Okay, and
absolutely
where
right.
can people find that, brother? Just Google it or what?
Google it, man. Just look it up. Matter of fact, you can look it up. It should be through CD Baby, cdbaby.com. What's the other one? Snap. I forget. But cdbaby.com, you can Google it. Growth of Culture, the mixtape, volume 1. And the name of the song is STP. Stop the
But you
Pig,
got a
Serve the
couple
People.
tracks on there.
I sure did, man. Look,
Yeah.
brother, look, I've been doing this for a while, but I feel like now I'm in my prime because I'm starting to get a whole lot more attention because, like I said, I'm writing music with more content. Like since I moved to Texas, man, like I've changed my lifestyle. I've changed, stuff, the stuff that I used to participate in. I don't do no more. So, I'm thinking clearly. I'm not stressed. So I'm writing better lyrics. You know what I'm saying? So I'm starting to get more positive attention. I'm not putting all that negativity out there. You feel me?
Okay. Right on, man. And weren't you at least at one time, or even currently, managed by your sister, who was very much a very singing person on TV? Is that correct?
No, I was
Oh,
managed by my children's mother.
oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, my
Oh,
children's mother, Platinum Brown Sugar. She was my manager, and yes, she does come from a background where most of her family is already in show business. Like, her cousin is actually Raquel Harper, that used to be on TMZ, and
okay.
her cousin is worked with Dr. Dre and those guys back when they were with Ruthless. His name is Colin Wolf.
Okay. Right
Yeah, so
on.
I was managed by her for a few years, until I branched out on my own and moved to Texas, and now I'm not managed yet. But hey, look, man, if you know what I'm saying, if you like the content, you think you want to manage me, hey, I'm always open to be coached. You know what I'm saying? I realize that I don't know it all. It's a lot I got to learn, and
Yeah.
I still got a lot left in the tank on me. So just get at me.
Right on, man. And we're going to conclude with two more questions. One, your YouTube channel. Talk about some of your releases that you have on there. I love your channel. Kind of point to talk about your YouTube channel, man.
Yeah, well, my YouTube channel, it's a mixture of content. I have 4 videos that were shot in Houston up there. From a couple singles and a few from my actual album. It's not a lot up there yet. I'm still working on it. It's still under under renovation. You know, I'm still looking for, you know, better stuff to do with my YouTube channel. I'm not really too much savvy about that. My distribution company puts all of my releases up through there. So yeah, definitely working on shooting some more videos, man. I'm doing the fatherhood video, so be ready for that. You know what I'm saying? And you know, my album when it drops, it's gonna go up. You know, so like I said, just go to you can Google Dreamer Black, or you can go on YouTube, look up Dreamer Black, press the subscribe button, and we good, man. I got you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna look out for you.
Oh, right on, man. Well, as you said earlier, man, how can people contact you directly for business inquiries as well as your other social media? I think you kind of shouted that out a little bit, but kind of tell us about that again before we get on out of here, man.
All right. Well, yeah. My Instagram is Dreamer Black, ain't your homie. AINTCHAHOMIE. Just like that. That's my Instagram. Now, if you want to Google me, no, I'm sorry, not Google. If you want to email me, it's dreamerblack40@gmail.com. Dreamerblack40@gmail.com. You can email me, holla at me, man. You know, I'm open for discussions or, you know, collaborations. Anybody want to, you know, rhyme or whatever, you know what I'm saying? We can hook up, you know, and see what it do, man.
All right, right on, man. And before we get out of here, you want to give any shout outs and definitely, you know, if you haven't mentioned already, some other future projects you have going on that people should know about.
Yeah, you know, definitely want to shout out everybody out there doing something positive, man. You know, just trying to stay above ground, and you know, all the single fathers. Um, you know, I want to shout out to all of my comrades from back in the day. You know, all of my family in LA. You know, and out of state. You know, all of my kids. Definitely want to shout out all my kids.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, my comrade OC, Cali Al, you know, the whole COD, which stands for conducting organized destruction. Definitely want to shout out my group, everybody on the Scoopville record label. You know, and we gonna be doing big things, man. You know, just be looking out for the names.
Right on, man. Well, brother, I really appreciate you coming through, man, and keep doing what you're doing. And I think I'm gonna pop out to Miami. It's about a 4-hour drive
Right.
from where I live here, but I definitely gonna try to come see you, brother.
Oh, one more thing. I want to shout out my beautiful wife, man, Amy Jolly, man, for sticking by me, man, staying in my corner. I really appreciate that.
Oh man,
All
and
love,
blessings to the queen,
man.
brother.
Yes, sir.
Peace and
Hey,
blessings,
man,
brother.
you be safe on that drive, man. You be safe on that drive, brother.
Oh, I got you, brother, and I hope to see you real soon, man. So again, thank you, brother, and I'll be talking back with you real soon, man.
All right, man. All power to the people.
All power to the people.